Alvaro Morata vs Romelu Lukaku, and have Antonio Conte's Chelsea or Jose Mourinho's Manchester United got a better deal? Strikers have been the transfer tale of the summer, with a host of massive names linked with a mega money move. As well as every European giant readying their checkbooks for Monaco wonderkid Kylian Mbappé, the futures of Romelu Lukaku and Alvaro Morata were firmly at the forefront of fans' minds. Alvaro Morata has all but clinched his move from Real Madrid to Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku has already sealed his move from Everton to Man United. At one point, United and Chelsea were linked with both forwards, as the Blues were dead certs to land Lukaku and United no-brainers to clinch Morata's signature. Well, as it transpires, Jose Mourinho's men ended up with ex-Everton ace Lukaku, and it was Antonio Conte who convinced Morata to leave Real Madrid. The Belgian forward set the Old Trafford club back a steep-looking £75 million, with the Blues forking out £65 million for the Spaniard. But which club has got the better deal? Check out all the stats surrounding the two stars and have your say in our poll, below. And well, start simply by looking at the key attribute for any striker: goals scored. It's a flying start for United, as Lukaku has scored twice as many career league goals as Morata with 85 to the Spaniards' 40. Here is why the big clubs want Real Madrid's Alvaro Morata. However, as we all know, Morata spent many a game sitting on the bench at Real, behind the likes of Karim Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale. Lukaku has played 186 times in the league, starting 154 times, compared to Morata's totals of 126 and just 49. So it would be unfair to simply suggest Lukaku is better as he has scored more times. Instead, it would be more apparent to take a look at the minutes taken to find the back of the net on average. Romelu Lukaku trains with new team Manchester United in LA. Alvaro Morata was linked with both Chelsea and Man United this summer. Romelu Lukaku enjoyed a fruitful 2016-17 season with Everton. Lukaku gets the ball rolling with a solid return of a goal every 166 minutes, but Morata simply blows him out of the water with a superb average of 1 per 127 minutes. Last season, the Spanish striker scored 20 goals from just 19 starts in all competitions, compared to the Belgians' return of 26 goals from 38 starts. Morata's minutes per goal tally for 2016-17 is a mind-blowing 94, with Lukaku's a superb, yet far inferior 133. The former Juventus man also converted his shots at a higher rate, 27% last season and 19.42 overall, compared to Lukaku's 73% in 2016-17 and 74 for his career. Romelu Lukaku will be hoping for a running start to life at Man United. Alvaro Morata can boast a superb minutes per goal ratio for his career. However, looking at both stars' former teams, with all due respect to Everton, the Spaniard turned out for a team boasting a lot more talent than Real Madrid. Next term, Lukaku will have the chance to take to the field with creative players such as Paul Pogba and Ander Herrera, which could take his game to a new level. There should be more to a forward's game than simply scoring goals though. A lot of their game should be about including their teammates. For his career, Lukaku has made nearly 3 times as many passes and created more than twice as many chances. However, yet again he is doing so in more minutes on the pitch. Last term Alvaro Morata found the net on average once per 94 minutes. Romelu Lukaku scored an impressive 26 goals for Everton in 2016-17. When you break it down, Morata is completing his passes at a higher percentage, at 75-35, compared to the United man's 70. In fact, last year in the league, the ex-Real Madrid ace completed 83% of his passes, with the former Everton man trailing at a subpar 65. So the overriding message is clear: Lukaku beats Morata in every accumulative category, but when worked out on a more fair, average basis, it's the Spaniard who comes out on top. That said, the now United striker has a much larger sample size and perhaps that demonstrates a little more longevity and consistency. But does that justify the extra £10 million? Only time will tell which star will prove to be the better deal, but which striker would get the nod in your starting 11.